Hello and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor and our Ironman challenge. Now, as you can see right here, I was actually in a battle with Oswald and I have actually taken him prisoner. I'm actually kind of surprised I was able to do this. Basically, I did this literally off the back of Wolfbode the Slayer. And I'm going to show you exactly what the situation is when we get out of here. The reason why I didn't show you the actual fight is because I actually didn't think I would be able to achieve any kind of victory. And I thought, hey, if I'm going to end up losing my, half of my army or whatever, then that's just how it's going to be. And then I'll just go off screen and just, build up my army once again. So, it's kind of a bit of a, shall we just say, time save. Anyway. Let's see what's going on here. Going to take these, and there he is. Yes. All right, so this is our current situation here. Now, I have made my relation with the Ravenstern go down by a certain amount, which is actually kind of bad. But as you can see right here, Wolfbode was actually fighting a Ravenstern vassal and Oswald himself. And what are we going to do with Oswald now? Because here's the thing. Personally, I feel like Qualis gems are definitely going to be the way to go because I'm probably going to want to get a rune weapon relatively soon, and I also want to. That's the thing. I do need a Qualis gem to make a custom knighthood order as well, but obviously that is going to be quite far in the future. I think it's going to be maybe not so far in the future, but we'll see. But otherwise, basically. I'm just really shocked, to be honest. I'm just really shocked that I was actually even able to take this guy prisoner. So let's see. Yeah, so I can accept the large pouch of diamonds, which would be 100,000, but I don't see the necessity to do that because, as I've already said, we do have 15 or 16 relation with Ravenstern, and I would be able to buy the large pile of diamonds, so it's not actually necessary. But you do need 2 Qualis gems to get rune weapons anyway. The basic rune weapon is really not that special at all. It's pretty standard, really. You can get a better weapon if you just search around the marketplaces. Of course, it's going to be quite expensive, but it will cost you a lot less than a Qualis gem. But the upgraded versions of these weapons are just insane. So we're probably going to just take the Qualis gem, and Oswald can just go away, because I don't really want him to escape or anything like that. So here's now the issue. I'm going to need to find a Ravenstern vassal that I can actually speak to. Oh, hello. That's King Gregory himself. Hello. I'd like to make peace with you, and this is exactly what happens. This is exactly the reason why Pendor is one of the best mods ever, because it has just so many different options you can do. And if you have offended a faction by a small amount, probably about -20, up to -20, I think, will probably be okay for you to speak to them still. Don't quote me on that, but I think I've spoken to vassals when I've been -12 or something like that with them before, and they have allowed me to pay for a peaceful resolution. As you can see right here. There you go. That's 3,200, but I personally feel like that is completely fine. No problem at all whatsoever. So there you go. We were able to find that unique spawn. I have literally been running around just literally trying to find unique spawns, and that is it. And I found Wolfbode, and I thought to myself, oh yeah, it would probably be a cool idea to fight him, but Wolfbode is, well, I think probably kind of hard for me at the moment. So instead, I thought to myself, okay, well, maybe what we can do is we can drag Wolfbode somewhere, and I dragged him. Let me see if I can show you. He was basically around here. Then he started to go down this way, but then I was trying to drag him this way because I was here at Ravenstern, just basically being like, okay, well maybe he'll pass by here, because then what happened was that he went all the way around here, and I just literally went around in circles trying to see whether there was anyone that wanted to fight him. And then I went into Ravenstern, waited there for some time, basically just let Wolfbode go because it was getting a little bit too close for my liking, and he was starting to spawn patrols, because he does that. He spawns patrols, really, really fast units that can catch out the larger parties so that he can fight them. And then all of a sudden, Oswald and King Gregory came out of nowhere, and they decided to fight him. King Gregory ran away, And then another vassal joined in with Oswald, and then they actually started to branch off themselves as well. So the vassal escaped, and Oswald had taken the massive amount of damage from Wolfbode himself, and he only had 40 units. Only 40 units remaining. And I thought, okay, this is going to be the best chance that I'm going to get. And I thought, hey, maybe I should record this, you know. But at the point that I tried to do that, I was like, okay, maybe not, because it might crash if I decide to alt tab or whatever, and that would not be good, you know. That would be pretty awful if it crashed when I have this amazing situation and it hasn't saved, you know. So I was literally just on the edge of my seat trying to make it work in whatever way that I could, and thankfully it did end up working, and we managed to take him prisoner. Now these are my stats right now. And we're probably going to be using the Qualis Gem with Phineas. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Phineas was in Ravenstern. Oh, no. He was actually in Ravenstern. I need to go back there as soon as possible. Hopefully he hasn't moved on. That would be terrible. If he has moved on, then I am terrible. Just absolutely terrible, because that would have been so good. Okay, wait. What's going on here? Yeah, Ravenstern and Thalion fighting against each other. Also, the Fyhrr have declared war against the Ravenstern. Fyhrr have also made peace with the Dashar, and the Dashar are now wanting to kill the Empire. So we have a whole bunch of different swaps all going all over the place. And King Gregory was just defeated by Wolfbode by the looks of things. So that's actually kind of good, because that means that the more that Wolfbode is weakened, the better for us. Anyway, is Phineas here still? Oh no. Drunken mercenary. Oh dear. Well, this is going to be a bit problematic, isn't it? He's drawn his weapons, so maybe I can attack him a little. There we go. Not too bad. Alright, so we're going to get a little bit of increased relation with Ravenstern just from that. That's kind of funny. Okay, so there is a traveler here, so I would be able to ask... yeah, I would be able to ask where Phineas actually is, so that's good. And where's Phineas? There we go. He is currently at... Oh, Avendor. Avendor is really, really close by, actually. Okay, so let's just sell whatever we can. Don't sell the Qualis Gem by mistake, because you know me, I'll probably do that. Okay, so what's going on here? Imperial Dark Stallion looks actually pretty good. It's about the same. It's basically about the same as what we've got going on here. Oh yeah, I should actually start using one of these Noldor horses, actually. I've only got one. No, I've got two. There we go. I'm going to use the Noldor Goldleaf Warhorse. That is much better than what I was using. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so now we can go down to Avendor. And by the way, I did a task for... Oh yeah, I've got to be careful here. Oh, okay. Phew. That was actually really close. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I did a task for Duke Brennus, and I now have him at positive relation. So I was able to build a... actually, I'm not able to build it just yet, because I need relation in Avendor itself. So I still need to buy some drinks there, but I have been returning there every so often to be able to do that, because, believe it or not, the task that he asked me to do was the classic, murder this merchant for me, will you? Yeah, Duke Brennus seems to have a pretty bad personality in that respect. So, yeah, I ended up doing that task for him, and now he's positive with us, but now the town, of course, is negative. So I'll just need to purchase a couple of drinks for people in the tavern, and that will be absolutely fine, and then we'll be ready to build a weavery and dye works. Yeah, also because of course, the Fyhrr declaring peace with the Dashar, I was able to go to Yavexholm as well and stop production of my ironworks and start production of a weavery and dye works, and that's going to give us about 540 every single week, which is really good. So hopefully that is indeed the end of all of my enterprise building. I think that's actually it. I think I've built an enterprise in every single town now, which is actually kind of cool, because I thought it was going to take me a lot longer than it actually did. But I did win another tournament as well, by the way. There was a tournament going on in Windholm. Yes, Windholm. And it was actually a lot easier than I anticipated, because Windholm is the home of the Kraken Knighthood Order. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to have some problems here. But apparently not. Apparently I was doing okay. So yeah, that worked out quite nicely for us. Wolfbode Honor Guards. These guys are Wolfbode's unique unit. And he has a huge amount of these. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they really did much in our battle just now. And I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought that they would be really, really dangerous. And I've heard a lot about these guys. They are fearsome. They are very, very fearsome. And you can see here that I'm playing with the exact same, settings that I always do. And they weren't really able to do that much damage. So I'm thinking that Wolfbode will probably be the next unique spawn that we attack. But bear in mind that when we do that, we will end up losing this amazing bow that I'm currently wielding. Of course, do bear in mind as well that Kyuda the Ravager apparently has now just spawned, which is actually kind of amazing in itself too. But unfortunately, Kyuda the Ravager does tend to have some amazing horse archers. And they're going to be, they're going to be kind of hard. Anyway, let's see if Phineas is still in Avendor. Hopefully he is. Yes, he is. Fantastic. Okay, very good. Now let's buy this as well. So we can do that. And I am going to be drinking another elixir. Straight up. Just going to be doing that. There we go. Because it's going to take quite a bit of time for me to get 100,000 dinars for me to be able to afford the large pouch of diamonds. So there's basically no point in me keeping a Qualis gem on me. It's just going to be a waste of stats, basically. I'd much rather have the stats than not, if you know what I mean. Also, there is apparently some storage in the old hideout, and I appreciate you letting me know about that as well, because I'm usually very, very paranoid about these storage places because they generally tend to, bite me in some way. But it's really nice that you've confirmed that there is a way that I can store things. So I'm probably going to be storing some Qualis gems there, maybe the Morning Star as well, because it will finally be out of my inventory then. So that would be pretty nice. But otherwise, there you go. Okay. These are my stats now. Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well in terms of stats. We've got 32 strength, 25 agility, and we are only level 23, which is kind of insane. Next level as well, I'm going to be speccing into intelligence, and we can get another point in prisoner management and another point in leadership straight away. So that is going to be super good. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Okay, so otherwise, what do we want to do now? What do we want to do now? Well, I was actually planning on spending a lot more time off screen, but as I said, I kind of got the opportunity to, capture Oswald, and I thought, okay, let's start, let's start the recording here then. I was actually wanting to run around and do a bunch more tournaments, because those tournaments are going to be so incredibly important, giving you 20,000 or so every single time you win one is just invaluable, especially considering I only need to do 3 to be able to have 100,000, and then I would be able to buy a large pouch of diamonds and get the map. So it wouldn't even be that bad, which is pretty good. Oh yes, I also sent off Boadis, and she has now returned, and we will now be saying that we need to part ways because she has some problems with some other people in our army, and I would prefer to reduce those to a minimum if at all possible. All right, that seems to be that. Okay, fantastic. So I was thinking, shall we try and attack these guys? No. Let's not try and attack those guys. There's way too many in the army right there, but you have no idea how much I really want to fight a big army, just because it's just a lot of fun, and I would like to be able to use my bow a little bit as well, because my bow is kind of itching to unleash some arrows. It would be kind of fun. Anyway, it doesn't seem to be anything going on here. I would like to go into the arena to see if I can potentially ask someone. Oh, hello. Word reaches you that a mysterious trio of witches roams the countryside with an army of followers. You know who that is. Oh yeah, that is the Three Seers. The Three Seers. They are part of Igrim's band, basically. They are, well, they're not a musical group, that's for sure, but they are basically heretics. They're kind of part of the heretics faction, and they are very dangerous. Very dangerous, especially for someone like me who's doing the Ironman challenge. It is going to be, ooh, pretty dangerous to fight those guys. But we'll try it. We'll try it. I'm happy to try those things. Anyway, let's see. Yavixholm and Avendor. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're gonna just very quickly go down to Yavixholm now. All right, so I'm actually alongside Diev right here, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of two-handed. Oh dear. Are you serious? I can't believe he got killed already. That is kind of sad. This is only the first round as well. Okay. Oh, these veteran fighters are super fast as well. I'm actually really pleased that I have a decent amount of proficiency now in most weapon types, because before my two-handed proficiency would be so bad that it would just be almost impossible for me to do anything, really. Thankfully, I've got some one-handed proficiency, well, quite a significant amount, so I am able to really show these people who's boss now, especially with the one-handed. All right, so I've got a one-handed axe, and do you think I can win this fight before the next one? Unlikely. Oh, yes, it is actually likely. Fantastic. I've become a little bit better at dueling now, especially when I have a shield. Not so much when I don't have a shield, but I've become a little bit better in my various times doing tournaments now, especially with faster combat on as well. It makes things a little bit tricky, but let's see if I can help out a little bit. Oh, hello. What? The green's coming in here doing a massive amount of damage with a two-handed sword. How dare you? Come on, Valkyrie. Oh, wow, the Valkyrie has gotten a triple kill so far. Absolutely insane damage. Okay, I'm going to try and help you out. Oh, that's not really working. Okay, Kratos. Yes, thankfully Kratos is dead. Oh, we don't have to deal with Kratos anymore. That's very pleasing to me. There we go. Phew. Okay, so after this, we're currently in the Yavixholm, by the way, if you couldn't guess already. After this, we're going to go to Avendor straight away and try and do that tournament as well, because then we will have almost enough to be able to do our large pouch of diamonds, and then we will finally have knowledge about where the mines are. Haha. Yeah, fainting. The AI is really good at fainting. Alright, so we're actually in one of the final rounds in the Avendor tournament right here. Haven't had any bad luck in this one. As you can see, we're actually able to eliminate quite a few of them outright. And you can see here we have only 4 participants remaining. So let's see how we do. Got an axe against a lance. Okay, that's kind of bit dangerous. Bit dangerous. But I think we should be fine. Oh, he's switching to his club. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I've got to be careful here, because even though he's just using a club, he could very easily get the upper hand. We've just got to try and do some damage along the side here. As you can see, he does a decent amount even with the club. Okay, now we've got to do the strategy. You know, the strategy where you hit the person with your horse and then you ride through them and do a little bit of a slash. Yeah, that's the strategy. Anyway, hopefully I will be able to win this one, because I wasn't able to win the previous one, and that was a sore disappointment for me, because it would have been really nice. This is a bit of a frustrating opponent. He's very good with archery, so I assume this is a hero adventurer. If I die here, or if my horse dies... Oh, it's Lord Othon himself. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, if my horse dies, we're going to be dead, basically, because I can't do anything with the lance when I'm off my mount. Anyway, there you go. That's 22,000 for us. Pretty nice. There's also a traveler right here, so we can, well, see what's happening with him, but not much by the looks of things. Okay, so, there's another one in Torba. Okay, I'm going to try and run down to Torba, and maybe I'll make it there in time. Alright, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get to Torba in time to actually participate in the tournament, and that's kind of a shame. So what I did was I instead went into the arena and asked where there was another tournament, and it said Avendor. Yeah, because of course the tournament's going to last for a couple of days. And I decided, okay, I'm going to go back to Avendor and try and participate in that. Didn't get past the 3rd round, so didn't really go too well. I got lanced in the face, if you must know. Anyway, the point is that we are now going to be attacking this Daughters of Persiano band of units. And I'm hoping we're going to get a good amount of renown for this, and maybe a couple of prisoners as well, because they actually have quite a few prisoners. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the top of this hill right here. Hopefully they're not going to charge at me almost instantly. I think they're coming from this direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a strategy that I've actually done in the past, actually quite a long time ago, in my previous series of Pendor, actually. And basically, it's all about dismounting horses. I know a couple of people actually did let me know about this particular strategy, but I actually have already used this in a previous series. So I do appreciate it, but I already know about it, so that's, well, it's kind of redundant, but I appreciate it nevertheless, because, you know, if I didn't know about it, it is an extremely effective strategy, but it is just definitely something that I tend not to use because I prefer to fight straight up. And it's generally just something I just don't really do it that much. But it is effective, and it is definitely something that you probably want to do against a cavalry-centric army. So basically what we do is we place all of our cavalry out the front here, and actually a little bit more, if at all possible. Could you just go over there? They're not really cooperating with me at the moment. But anyway, if you just go like this, and you select them, formation, and then you go dismount, boom, then they all dismount, and then this basically forms a wall. I have done this beforehand. I think I did it in like episode 50 of the previous Pendor series or something like that. And yeah, you can very easily check that. So otherwise, what we're going to do now is just move our cavalry back a little bit, tell our infantry to charge in as well, because we kind of want them to be in between the horses so that they can actually start doing some damage and things. And I'm going to try and use my bow here to do some damage, hopefully get a little bit of weapon proficiency and so on and so forth. And then we're going to be in a good spot. Because of course, if they have a huge amount of horses, then blocking them with your own horses while being on a hill, which is exactly where we are, is a fantastic way to go. And I discovered this a while ago, but as I say, it is definitely something that I probably want to show on screen. So if any of you have a huge amount of cavalry, then you can make good use of them by doing this. And this is especially good if you have a lot of either horse archers or some unit with ranged ability. So hero adventurers or just regular adventurers as well. They're going to be very effective at this particular strategy because they're going to basically enable you to have double the archers that you would normally have. And you would also have that wall of horses, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So anyway, that is indeed it. That is the strategy that I wanted to show you right here. And it's basically a strategy that I'll probably use against the Jatu more often than anything else, really. Might try to use it against Wolfbode as well. So probably one of those is a good idea, because they generally tend to have quite a few mounted units. And bear in mind, I'm taking a huge risk by coming out here. Why am I doing this? I have no idea. I have no clue. I could not answer it. Could not answer it. But I am on a Noldor horse right now, and maybe that is making me a little bit overconfident because it is a fast, just lightning blur on the battlefield. It is just such a fast horse. Really, really fun to use as well. Highly recommend, if you can, getting into a battle with some Noldor, trying to take them out. Even if it's just a small party, you could end up walking away with a really, really fun to use horse. And maybe some really cool gear too. You never know. But I think that's actually going to be it for us right there. 10 kills, not too bad. And there's there's actually one more opponent remaining. And where are they? Actually wondering where are they right now? Are they stuck or something? Yeah, they seem to be stuck in between these horses. That is actually... Oh no, they're not stuck. They're just waiting here, weirdly. There we go, not too bad. My horse does a huge amount of damage as well. If you approach with maximum speed or near maximum speed, the charge damage is really good. All right, so there you go. 28 renown. 28 renown. So, so good. Okay, really nice. Let's just let people just... Whoa, no one wants anything? No one wants anything from here? I'm actually really surprised. Okay, apparently they don't want anything. Anyway, that is probably going to be it for this episode. I'm just going to capture a couple of people here. As you can see, they have a wide variety. Oh, wow. They got a whole bunch of Dawn Wyverns. These would be fantastic for us to take. Now I have a huge problem. Okay, I guess I'm just going to let these guys go. Mercenary Sergeants can go as well. Mercenary Warriors, they're very expensive. Scorpion Scions, they're really good. Ghazi Stalker, oh my. Why do they have so many good units? Oh, this is a problem. Okay, I guess I could take Noble Riders. What do they become? Noble Cavalry, I guess that's good. Rogue Blackheart Knight. I guess a Huskar is pretty good. I mean, we know that they're pretty good. Dawn Wyverns, there's 26 of them. 26, and I'm going to let most of them go, which is a huge shame. I guess I could let the Sheriff go, and I could take another Dawn Wyvern. They're so good, though, aren't they? I feel like they're so good, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyway, I wish I had more space in my army right now. Anyway, as I said, that is going to be the end of this episode, as we are now in Valenbray, and I'm just going to sell a couple of pieces of loot. Next time, I'm probably going to try either to enter a knighthood order, because we're going to need to get some better armor. As you can see, this armor is pretty awful, and if we want to survive any more while fighting some extremely difficult unique spawns, and, well... hopefully not get one shot as a result, then we're probably going to need some better armor, right? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.